Most people read a job description as a checklist. If they are on the leadership track, it hurts them even more. They look at the title, read the descriptions, the core requirements and responsibilities for the job, and then ask, do I qualify? But that is a wrong approach and a wrong question to ask in the first place. See, a job description is not just telling you what the company wants. It is actually revealing you the problems that the company is trying to solve for. It's also showing you the gaps that are there in their processes, in their capability, or even the technology evolution that needs to be bridged based on what's available in the market today. And lastly, it is also hinting or sometimes even directly addressing the type of value that they expect this role will solve for the organization and the stakeholders. Welcome to One Take, where I share one useful idea in under 6 minutes. I have seen so many amazingly talented individuals, people who have tremendous leadership experience in their careers. They might have grown based on their work, but when they are looking for their next role, or maybe they stayed in a job for a very long time, or sometimes they just got promoted from within where they never had to interview for the next role, make this mistake very often. And that's what we are going to cover in today's video. I treat job description in three distinct situations. And understanding how you approach each of these, or even how can you modify your approach as you go through the stages of the interview, will help you shine better in your next interviews. The first stage is when it's actually written. We know, and most of us do the same mistake as well, that there is a whole lot of information that comes out in the JD, right? Based on what existed 10 years ago and based on what is happening now. And there are even jokes about some jobs asking for 5 years of experience when the whole technology came out in the last year and a half. Okay, jokes apart, the JDs, when they ask too much, they are not expecting that a candidate will fit all of them. What I often see is people take a look at it and then say, okay, this I only fit about 40 to 50% of this, so I'm not qualified for it. They actually remove themselves from the race before they even participate. That's mistake number one. The second mistake is underselling yourself because you don't meet line by line what the job is asking. That also works against you. So, how do we overcome this scenario? When you look at the JD, go back to the first thing that we talked about, the problems and the solutions, the gaps and what they're trying to bridge, and then the value that they're trying to create. Draw parallels to what you have done in your previous work through the leadership career. Now you have a better comparison, but it doesn't end there. The next stage where the job description actually gets invalidated is during the interview process. I have so many people who go into the interviews and come back and saying, Prakash, I thought based on the JD that these were all the things that they wanted, but the interviewer or hiring manager or even the panel took it in a completely different angle, right? So what happened here? Many things could have changed. Maybe when they asked, they decided to just let's ask for a whole lot so that we get a larger pool of candidates. And based on who came in, now let's evaluate who may be a better fit for where our more urgent opportunities and possibilities are there, right? That's one scenario. The second scenario is maybe something happened between the time the JD was created and where the interview process is happening now. As things are evolving so fast in companies, changes are happening, leaders are moving, M&As are occurring all the time, there is a possibility that the same role is getting morphed into something else. But that's not something that you need to worry about. It's actually a great opportunity if you ask me, because now you can have a conversation one-on-one as a leader with the person interviewing, find what's important for them, and then base your answers and drive the interview discussion that way. That's a second stage. Now, very often, this is also true if you get selected as the candidate and let's say you get the job and you land in the role. And at that time, it is very easy to see that what was asked in the job description is not what you're actually working on. That is also true. It has happened so many times. It has happened in my own career. So, as the leader there who's getting into the role, you are very well positioned to take it and see what do I have to do within the role so that I can have that early traction. How can I get a quick understanding of what I inherited? And now, how do I start delivering rapid results? That may be through organizational design or a change in strategy, how your team creates value within the organization, and then build from that foundation onwards. So, as you can see, in all these three stages, a JD, the first one, is only written and valid as of the time of writing, and they actually ask for a whole lot. The second stage, interview stage, is where is an opportunity for you to narrow down. And in the final stage, when you land in the job, forget about the JD, focus on what you need to do on the job to build it from there. I wish you most and more. And if you have questions, please put in the comments. Happy to discuss or follow through on another video. Have a good day.